Welcome in, everyone. Today we're taking a deep dive into the life of Ina Garten.
The barefoot Contessa herself.
Exactly. Now, you probably know her from her cookbooks and her TV show.
Of course.
But we're going beyond those beautiful, picture-perfect dishes.
Right, going deeper.
Yeah. We're exploring Ina's memoir, Be Ready When the Luck Happens.
Such a great title.
It really is. Because her journey, it's full of these twists and turns that you just wouldn't expect.
Yeah, you think celebrity chef, you think a straight shot to the top.
Yeah. But with Ina, it wasn't like that at all.
Not at all.
It makes you realize that success isn't always a straight line, you know?
Absolutely.
And her childhood is a really fascinating place to start.
Oh, definitely.
Because she talks about her grandmother, Bessie, who sounds so warm and loving.
Right.
But then there's also Diamond Lil,
Oh, yeah.
who she describes as pretty critical.
And that dynamic makes you wonder about Ina's relationships later in life.
It does. Like, did those early experiences shape her need for connection and acceptance?
It's a good question. You know, those formative years, they really do lay the groundwork for how we relate to people as adults.
Totally. And then, of course, there's Jeffrey.
Oh, boy.
Well,
Can't forget Jeff.
Their first date story. I mean, come on.
It's classic.
No ID at the bar, detour to a coffee house.
Not exactly the glamorous start you might expect.
No, not at all. But even then, it's clear that Jeffrey saw something special in Ina.
Oh, absolutely. He was totally smitten.
Yeah, and that support that he gave her.
It's a constant throughout their story.
It is, from those early days all the way through to her buying Barefoot Contessa.
Which, let's be honest, that was a huge leap of faith.
Huge. Quitting a stable government job to run a specialty food store.
That takes guts.
It does. And the memoir really captures how chaotic those early years were. Like that first Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, my God.
They sold out of everything.
I could just imagine the scene.
Jeffrey was driving back and forth to the bakery nonstop, his sports car crammed with pastries.
Oh, that's hilarious. But you know what? It really shows how resilient Ina is.
Yeah, she dove in headfirst, no experience, and just figured it out as she went along.
Exactly. That willingness to learn and adapt, that's huge.
And even before Barefoot Contessa, her early jobs were all over the place.
That's right.
She worked at a body shop.
Now, was that what you were thinking?
Not even close. And then she had this receptionist job where she basically played chess all day.
Oh, wow. It's so different from the Ina we see today.
Yeah.
All organized and precise.
Right. It's amazing. But I think it shows how open she was to new experiences.
Definitely. It speaks to that sense of adventure.
Yeah.
You know, not afraid to try different things.
Totally. And that brings us to the European camping trip, which feels like a real turning point for her.
Oh, absolutely a pivotal moment.
It's where she experiences that fresh, simple French cuisine for the first time.
And falls head over heels for roast chicken.
Which, let's be honest, who doesn't love a good roast chicken?
Exactly. But I think it's more than just the food. It's like that trip opened up a whole new world of flavor for her.
Yeah, and gave her this sense of liberation in the kitchen.
Right. Like she discovered something she truly loved.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the food either. When she lived in Bangkok, she had to navigate so many challenges on her own.
Oh, right. And that experience seems to have really boosted her confidence.
It did. You can see how it laid the groundwork for her running her own business later on.
It's like she realized, hey, I can handle this.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk about Barefoot Contessa's.
Oh.
Buying that store was a huge risk.
It was.
Especially with the financial worries she had at the beginning.
Right. She talks about those in the memoir.
You can tell it wasn't just a whimsical decision.
No way. Ina knew there was a demand for high-quality specialty food.
Mm-hmm.
And she saw the potential to create something really special.
And that blend of passion and practicality, that's key to her success, I think.
Absolutely.
But it wasn't all sunshine and roses, right? Remember that story about catering for a drug dealer?
Oh, gosh. And the one where the salmon was too big for the oven?
Classic in Ina. Turning potential disasters into culinary triumphs.
It's amazing. But those stories, they also show how she thinks on her feet.
Yeah, and how creative she is under pressure. Those skills definitely came in handy throughout her career.
For sure.
And it's not just the business challenges that shape her. Her personal life is evolving too, especially with her father.
Right, their relationship goes through a real transformation.
It does. He finally starts to respect her choices, which is a huge boost to her self-esteem.
It's like that validation from him allows her to fully embrace her own path.
Exactly. And of course, we can't forget about Jeffrey.
Always supportive.
He is, but he's also realistic about the hard work involved in running a business.
Yeah, he's not afraid to tell her to roll up her sleeves.
He's not. But he also encourages her to chase her dreams, you know? to find that fulfillment.
Right, and to not be bound by traditional expectations.
Absolutely. It's a really great partnership they have.
It is. It's that kind of partnership that allows both people to thrive.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure. And as Ina's going through all of this, you can see how her view of herself is changing.
Oh, definitely. It's fascinating to watch.
She starts to realize she's capable of so much more than she initially thought.
It's like she steps outside her comfort zone and discovers this whole new level of confidence.
Yeah, it's a powerful reminder that we often underestimate our own potential.
I agree. We need those challenges sometimes to really see what we're made of.
Absolutely.
It's interesting how running barefoot Contessa changes how she sees her marriage.
It does.
Like it shifts her perspective.
Totally. She realizes that she doesn't want to go back to those traditional roles, you know.
Right after having this taste of independence and success.
Exactly. She's awakened to this whole new sense of self.
And that can be a challenge in a relationship.
It can. She starts setting boundaries with Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah.
Which leads to some tough conversations.
Definitely.
But ultimately, it makes their bond even stronger.
It's a good reminder that sometimes success leads to personal growth, and that growth can impact our relationships in unexpected ways.
It's true. And sometimes those growing pains, they're necessary.
They are, to make sure the relationship is evolving too.
Yeah, and that it works for both people.
Absolutely.
But it wasn't all smooth sailing for Ina. Remember that near-miss partnership with Anna?
Oh, yeah, that was a tough one.
It was. It's a real lesson in competition and collaboration.
It is. You see, Ina's initial instinct is to be open and share.
Right. Like she wants to help Anna out.
Exactly. But then Anna opens a competing store.
Which forces Ina to kind of face the realities of the business world.
It does. She learns that she has to protect her own interests too.
Yeah, but without compromising her values.
It's a delicate balance for sure.
It is. And then there's the whole lease debacle.
Oh my gosh, that story.
It's wild. Ina using Robert Moses-style financing to get those renovations done.
It's brilliant. I mean, talk about thinking outside the box.
Right. You wouldn't expect that connection at all.
Not at all. But it works. And what's even more amazing is that losing the lease actually leads to something better.
It does. A bigger location,
Yeah.
more space.
It's a reminder that what seems like a setback can actually be a blessing in disguise.
Totally. But let's switch gears a bit and talk about cookbook writing.
Okay.
You'd think it would be a natural progression for her, but she actually had a lot of self-doubt at first.
Really? That's surprising.
It is. But even the most accomplished people, they have those moments of insecurity.
They do. It's that imposter syndrome creeping in.
Yeah. And I think it also shows Ina's humility.
Right. She wasn't taking anything for granted.
No. But of course, the Barefoot Contessa cookbook is a huge success.
As we all know.
Her recipes are so well tested, easy to follow.
And she really focuses on the user experience.
She does. And those behind-the-scenes stories from the photo shoot are hilarious. Like the one where the food stylist thought Ina was supposed to cook all the food for the pictures.
Oh, that's classic. But it shows how clear Ina's vision was for the project.
It does. She knew exactly what she wanted.
Even if she didn't always have the right words to express it.
Exactly. And then comes the transition to television.
A whole new world.
It was. After that first chaotic filming experience, I'm surprised she ever agreed to do it again.
I know, right? It did not go well.
But then she sees Nigella Lawson's show.
Which is so much more relaxed and natural.
And it inspires Ina to try again, but on her own terms.
And that's key, isn't it? Doing it her way.
It is. She's not going to be molded into some kind of Martha Stewart clone.
No way. She wants to be authentically Ina.
Exactly. Filming in her own home, cooking her real recipes, showing her personality.
And that's what wins over Eileen Opatut at the Food Network.
It does. It's that genuineness that shines through.
Right. And it launches this whole Barefoot Contessa empire.
I mean, the story of the pipes exploding during filming, that's just wild.
Oh my gosh. Talk about pressure. But Ina handles it with such grace.
She does. Always finding the humor in any situation.
It's amazing. Another example of her resilience.
It is. A reminder that we can choose how we react to setbacks.
Exactly. We can let them define us, or we can use them as fuel to move forward.
Totally. And then we have the Paris apartment saga.
Oh yes, that was a journey.
It was. The near-death experience on the plane, the endless search for the perfect location, the renovation challenges.
It sounds exhausting.
It does. But it also shows Ania's passion for creating these beautiful spaces.
Right, and her willingness to push herself beyond her comfort zone.
Absolutely. Even if it means learning a whole new language of construction.
Which she did. And the result is stunning.
It is. That scene in the memoir where Jeffrey walks into the finished apartment, French music, playing the smell of croissants.
It's pure magic.
It is. It's like stepping into a dream.
And it shows how much attention Ina pays to detail.
She does. She creates these experiences that really delight the senses.
It's something we can all learn from, creating those moments of beauty in our own lives.
Absolutely. But Ina's story isn't all about glamorous kitchens and Parisian apartments. She also talks about the hard stuff.
Right, like that time she almost walked away from her marriage.
It's such a raw and honest glimpse into the complexities of long-term relationships.
It is. It shows that even the most seemingly perfect couples face challenges.
And that it's okay to acknowledge those challenges?
Absolutely. What's inspiring is how Ina and Jeffrey worked through those difficulties.
They did, and they came out stronger on the other side.
It's a good reminder that open communication is so important in any relationship.
It's essential. And then there's that whole frozen food debacle.
Oh gosh, I'd forgotten about that.
Can you believe a company tried to pass off someone else's Ina?
So audacious.
It's a reminder of how important it is to protect your brand and your values.
It is. And Ina, she could have walked away, but she chose to fight back.
And she won, which shows her tenacity.
Definitely. She's not one to back down from a challenge.
She's not. But let's shift to something a little more lighthearted.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift choosing Ina for that Food Network magazine shoot.
That's amazing.
It's a dream collaboration.
It really is. I think it speaks to how widely appealing Ina is.
Yeah, she connects with people across generations.
And I love that Taylor sees her as this role model for self-care and confidence in the kitchen.
Me too. And their photo shoot, it just sounds like a blast.
I know, making pavlova together, laughing, sharing stories.
It's clear they really hit it off.
It's that warmth and approachability that people love about Ina.
Yeah, she's not just a culinary icon. She's a genuinely lovely person.
Exactly.
And then, of course, we have to talk about the pandemic.
It was such a strange and uncertain time for everyone.
It was, but it's amazing how Ina's Instagram presence became this source of comfort for so many people.
It's true. Her willingness to share her own anxieties.
Yeah, and those simple recipes.
And her love of cocktails.
It all resonated with people who were struggling to find a sense of normalcy.
And that April Fool's Day post with the giant martini glasses.
Genius. Pure genius.
Exactly what we all needed. A little bit of levity in a dark time.
It shows how well Ina understands her audience.
She does. And how she uses humor to lift spirits.
Yeah, she didn't shy away from the seriousness of the situation.
No. But she also recognized the need for joy and connection.
Absolutely. It's a good reminder that even in tough times, we can find those moments of brightness.
And that kindness and creativity, they can go a long way.
They can. It's inspiring how Ina turned a potentially isolating experience into an opportunity to build community.
She did. And to offer support to others.
It's a testament to her adaptability and her ability to find meaning in unexpected circumstances.
Exactly. Even when faced with unprecedented challenges, Ina found a way to connect, to share, and to inspire.
And it's amazing how in the midst of all of this, Ina uses that time to kind of reflect on her life.
Yes, she revisits those key moments.
She does, like that trip back to Washington, D.C.
Oh, yeah.
Where she literally stands in front of the house where she almost walked away from her marriage.
It's powerful.
It is. It makes you think about all the what ifs, you know?
Right, like if she'd made a different choice.
It really underscores how those big decisions can shape our entire lives.
Yeah, and how those seemingly small moments can have huge ripple effects.
Absolutely. It makes you appreciate the importance of working through challenges in a relationship.
It does, because nothing's ever truly perfect.
Right. And even the most successful couples, they have their struggles.
They do.
Yeah.
And it's about how you face those struggles together.
Exactly. But speaking of success, who would have thought Ina would end up on 60 Minutes?
I know, right? It's pretty incredible.
It is. And she talks about how the producers were so forensic in their research.
Like they were trying to dig up some big secret.
I know. But it just shows how much respect Ina has earned.
Right. 60 Minutes, they don't profile just anyone.
They don't. It's a testament to the impact she's had on the culinary world.
Absolutely. And I think it also speaks to how humble she is.
Yeah, she's still surprised by her own success even after all these years.
Which is so endearing.
It is. It makes her so relatable.
Right, like she never forgot where she came from.
Exactly. And she's always willing to share what she's learned with others.
Which is another reason people love her. So as we wrap up this deep dive into Ina Garten's memoir,
what are some key takeaways?
Well, I think first and foremost, it's a reminder that success isn't a straight line.
Yeah, there are going to be detours, bumps in the road, moments of doubt.
Exactly. But it's about how you handle those challenges.
And Ina, she really embodies that resilience, that adaptability.
Right. She embraced the unexpected, and that's what propelled her forward.
It's inspiring. And it's also a testament to the power of pursuing your passions.
Yeah, like she could have stayed in that comfortable government job.
Totally. But she had this drive to connect with people through food.
And she took that leap of faith to make it happen.
She did, and it paid off in a big way, but let's not forget the importance of relationships.
Oh, absolutely.
Jeffrey's unwavering support, her bond with her staff, the friendships she made in the culinary world.
Those connections, they really enriched her life.
They did, and they fueled her success too. It's a good reminder that we don't achieve great things in isolation.
We don't. We need people to support us, inspire us, challenge us.
Absolutely. So I think Ina's story, it offers a powerful message for anyone feeling lost or uncertain.
Yeah, those who are maybe at a crossroads in their own lives.
Don't be afraid to try new things, to step outside your comfort zone.
Exactly. You never know what incredible opportunities might be waiting for you.
Ina's journey is proof that it's never too late to reinvent yourself, to pursue your dreams.
And to create a life that's both fulfilling and delicious.
So as you go about your day, think about what leap of faith you might be holding back on.
What's your barefoot Contessa moment?
What small step can you take today to move closer to that dream?
Remember, be ready when the luck happens.